Hold up, I would've grown all day. Hold up, somebody can't relate. Hold up, stay down with no faking. Go up, top down, I've been racing. Go up.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another week of the Royalty Review. It's your boy EK. You already know I'm here with my beautiful lady
Chyila.
And we coming back at you again with another review for Lovecraft Country. Now, this is episode 3. This episode is called The Holy Ghost. And man, there was a lot to unpack a lot to unpack from this episode.
It really was. It really was.
So, I mean, let's just start off from the top. How did it start? This guy.
It started off with them at Unk's house, and after the funeral, and the mom being very upset, ripping pages out of Unk's favorite book.
Yeah, she was just ripping pages out of Dracula, and I was wondering why she was doing that.
Me too.
Like, she knew that was like one of his prized things, and I know she seemed like she was just like real stressed out and like zoned out, like.
She was hurt. She was upset. And then she said she had a lot on her mind, so we'll get to that.
And then we'll get to that because she was really unsettled about her husband's passing.
Of course.
She has a lot of questions.
Right.
So then what? So then after that, Tick was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna move out," because he felt that she didn't believe what he was feeding her. He felt like a weird energy, so he was like,
he did. He said he felt that he wore out his welcome. So he was like, "I gotta stay with you, pops."
Which, according to them, he'd been there for like a month or so from the time that from
Unc passed,
and
funeral and stuff like that.
Oh man, I was so upset, bro, because I thought that the last thing they said was, do something A, B, and C from episode 2, and we can revive Unc or resurrect him. And now it just seems like that's just like in the background. That's a lost cause. Nobody's even thinking about that anymore.
No.
The dad and the uncle are like, well, he's gone.
Right.
How are we gonna keep this lie up about how he's gone?
Right.
Like they're not seeing like they're trying to.
Right. They're not trying to bring him back or even tell his wife what really happened because she know it didn't go down the way they said it went down.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So then the episode moves forward and. Letty has... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Letty has miraculously acquired this house, and everybody's like, wait, she was just borrowing money from her siblings the last episode.
Right.
How does she have this house?
Right.
And then she's talking about the lotto, and I'm like...
The numbers.
I'm like, yeah, she said the numbers. I hit the numbers. So I don't know if that was the actual lotto or, you know, how they do, like, in the hood, like on... The Godfather of Harlem, when they was doing in the hood, they was all playing the numbers game.
Yeah.
And they was all just running something that was like inner hood kind of thing.
Well, she didn't say anything actually. Tick said it. He was like, I heard I heard that you played the numbers and hit and you got this house. But when her sister asked, she played like, she just blew off the question multiple times. Like, where'd you get this money from? She never said where she got the money from.
Oh, I thought she said out of her mouth to her sister that she had hit the lotto. Or... No,
Tick knocked on the door. She opened it and he was like, I heard you played the numbers and won and you got this house or something like that.
Bang, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she just... Her and her sister's relationship is so estranged.
It really is.
It's so trash.
It really is.
I'm like, bruh, it's like... I feel like they're doing this age-old thing about light skin, dark skin. Like, they just can't get along, even though they're sisters.
Right.
Like, they have, like, this forever. And my thing is, like, I feel like Letty is, like, she's trying to... Like, she's not trying to turn her back on black people at all. She's trying to lead a revolution, but she's, like, fighting it at a higher rate. Like, you know, I think that black people should have their own shit on this and this and that. Whereas the sister, she's, like... more like fall in line. Well, I'm like a hard worker, and I want everybody else. We could be, as a black community, all hard workers. We could all just work harmoniously along with the white man type thing.
Right.
So I don't know. They just have a lot of headbutting.
They do
Ideologies.
They're not like the close sisters at all. And then she didn't show up to the funeral. The brother was upset and the sister was upset that she didn't show up after he sent her money to show up, and she didn't even show up for the funeral. So they're really, their whole dynamic, the two sisters and the brother, just their relationship is weird.
That was kind of foul though.
Yeah, it was.
You gotta go to your mama's.
To their mom's
you gotta go to your mama funeral, like.
Right, and then she's talking about she used the money to bail her friend out, but that's episode 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways. Alright, so she's opening this
she acquires
house.
his house. Okay, so now she acquires his house. The sister moves in. They're moving all these people in, and she gets harassed by white boys.
Right.
3 white boys with 3 different cars, which I didn't know watching it. I thought it was Letty's car. I'm like, why didn't they just go turn off the horn? Like, I would just cut the rope off the steering wheel.
No, that's why I kept on saying while we were watching it. I'm like, don't you niggas got somewhere to be? Like, don't you? Isn't this your car that you take to work? Like, don't you have somewhere to be? They just let that shit out there for days.
Yeah, they did.
Like, just ringing a horn. And I'm like, bro.
Day and night.
Like,
as if they were the only people in the neighborhood. It ain't like it was just Letty's house on the block. It was other houses. So everybody had to hear it, at least on that block.
Right. I'm like, what about the white neighbors that are next door? Like, they don't want to hear this shit for 4 days. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, damn. So like that.
Yeah, so she got harassed. So she got harassed by the 3 white boys, and then the cops just
circled by, smiling, seen the harassment.
Didn't give a
fuck.
Didn't give a shit.
And this goes back to what we talked about in the last video, of Jordan Peele playing to both types of horror.
Right.
And this beginning, there's the black horror side of it. Like, oh, damn, what would you do if, like, right now, 3 white niggas pulled up in our yard and was trying to harass us and make us move? Like, you don't, when you make a commitment to buy that kind of house, you don't have the turnaround money to just go ahead and be like, oh, fuck, well, I'm moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're in a bad position either way. You stay, you fight, you're going to jail, the police aren't going to help you, you're going to accidentally kill one of them, they're going to kill you. Like, it's this whole thing. So, where black people are thinking about that, like, man, this is a shitty situation, there's that fear factor in there.
Yeah.
But then again, he expands further and goes into the supernatural. So now there's ghosts in the house.
Yes.
And I'm like, bro,
the house is haunted.
I'm like, who's haunting everybody? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was pretty weird. That was pretty weird. The haunting of the house that she bought.
So they're throwing the party though, and they're being haunted by these only Letty is actually really seeing the ghost. Nobody. Out of all the board members and Tick and everybody, nobody else reported seeing anything strange.
She didn't see a ghost. Even when she was washing her face, the ghost that she saw that we saw in the mirror, she didn't see.
Yeah,
she only saw that door rocking, like somebody trying to get out. She never saw a ghost at all, or did she?
No, she only saw the one where the thing was rocking, but the one that was missing the jaw was trying to take the cover off of her and all up on her in the bed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that started from the morning of the day of the party up until the evening time where
because it was smoldering, it was hot.
Her and Tick smashed.
Yeah.
So the ghosts were in there, and then I was confused because I'm like, okay, so she being haunted, like what's happening? And then they did the Ouija board and it said it was George. They said George is dead. So I'm like, okay, is that Uncle George?
I couldn't even read it that fast. They were going really fast. I did see it said George, but after the I didn't even catch up.
They pissed me off because it did the George on the screen. It said the George, and then it zoomed out, and the kids were like,
yeah.
And it didn't show what those letters were. But then the next letters that it showed was ISDEAD. So it's all you could see as the viewer was George is dead. So I'm like, does that mean that was George who was talking to them? Because he is dead and is a ghost.
Yeah.
Maybe he's looking over Tick and Letty. I don't know.
Right.
But then, all right. So then things started to move along after that.
Yeah, that was really scary. The Ouija board, I would never play with a Ouija board ever. That was kind of creepy that the kids were playing. And did you notice that was like you said, it was actually noticed to me that was the little brother from Underground.
Yeah, I was like, bro, that's James, Letty's brother from Underground.
Yeah,
another
Rosalie's
show
little brother
that they only have for one season, which I'm hoping we get more than one season. Is because you know how they try to do our black shows that aren't about drugs or murder or any of that stuff. We only get one season of those kind of shows, so I'm hoping we get past one season of this show.
Yeah.
But that was crazy. That was a nice little plug and everything.
Yeah. So, what do you think was in the basement when she went down there the first time when she was afraid when she went to go get Tick?
Those souls.
Those souls.
What did I originally think?
Yeah.
I didn't know what I originally thought. I originally thought it was the white boys. I thought they were the ones who had got into the house some way because all those old fucking houses have those cellar doors and you can get into the basement all weirdly and crawl through a crawl space and shit and be inside. So I thought it was them fucking with the broiler downstairs, and I thought it was them who were doing the noises and they just managed to get away kind of because she didn't go down there and open it right away. She went all the way back upstairs and got taken, came all the way back downstairs. You know what I'm saying? So they had more than enough time to vacate the premises.
Right.
So that's what I thought it was initially.
Yeah.
Then, okay, so before the next big part, I was like, dang, is Letty trying to make Tick jealous while he was, when the dude came up that said it was his ex and she was dancing, but then she was dancing with the dude, but she was looking at him, and I was like, bro, what is she doing, bro?
That was weird to me too. I noticed that too. Because she was looking at him but dancing on dude, and she didn't stop dancing with dude.
Right, I thought when she turned around real quick, she was gonna be like, oh, thank you, but I gotta go, nigga.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna hit him with one of those.
She kept dancing like she was trying to make him jealous. I don't know. And he was sitting there watching, but when they were in the basement, she grabbed his hands and he pulled him away. So what kind of message does that send? I'm reaching out to you and you pull away. So that's probably why she felt the way she felt.
Yeah.
So.
And then he ran up in the bathroom and beat them guts.
Oh yeah, that's my next note. So my note says, I wonder. Basically at the time I said, I wonder, was it blood from her period or was it from her first time? And I thought it was her first time because you said that. Oh, I didn't know I started. But
that's what she said.
Yeah, that's what she said. But as a female, you know before, so you feel it. You can tell. So maybe sometimes you don't, because when you're younger and it happens in school, you may not know. But as an adult, I thought it was her first time. He popped her cherry.
That nigga came in there and she didn't get the
rough.
She didn't get the wait, hold on, easy.
Go slow.
This nigga came in there like they had been fucking. He
Yeah.
just ran in there and ran up in it like, oh. And I was like, dang, well damn, now I gotta feel bad for old girl because he came in there with a little quickie shit and that was her first time. Was it magical?
Yeah, I thought about that too.
That's why she cried and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, why she crying?
Why she crying? I thought she was crying because she was embarrassed. Like, that's embarrassing. You know
Oh, because it's his buddy?
Yeah.
He was like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, he was like, no, it's cool. He was cool about it. I was
This nigga
like,
ran
okay.
the red light, no problem.
Yeah, he did.
All right, Tick. I see
He
you.
was like, no, it's cool. Yeah.
That's what's up. So,
So.
all right. So I just wanted to like a brief observation. When she started doing the research, she mentioned the Winthorpe last name or whatever. That's when I was like,
So wait, let's rewind. So before you get there, so before that part, they put the burning cross. Still the night of the party. This is still the night of the party, that burning cross. And she goes out with the bat and she had enough. She was done, period. Like, I'm done. She busted out all those windows.
yeah, she went hard. That was hard.
Yeah, I like that.
And then they all just was like, I was like, what the hell go get shotguns for if they was all going to put the shotguns down? But I guess you can't shotgun up the police.
Right.
The shotgun was for the fucking weak-ass neighbors.
Right, and they had to be prepared if the white boys came back.
Yeah.
They had to say that.
Especially if they came out, they get mad. Oh, you're breaking my car.
Right.
Boy, go
You're
take your ass
vandalizing my
inside.
vehicle.
She busted everything. I was like, what's she finna do? I thought she was gonna beat the cross down with the bat. And I was like, she gonna get burned doing that. And then she walked past it, and I was like, okay. Oh, she going to the car. Oh, she gonna whoop their cars up. I was like, oh, she gonna have some trouble, and we're gonna see who come outside. But then nobody even come outside. They just stood across the street like.
Right, nobody. It's always like, I just thought about right now, the burning cross. Like, you see that in a lot of like racist movies, like you remember the Titans and Rosewood and the burning cross. But then white people want to claim that they're Christians and they love Jesus. But what is the point of burning the cross? Like, besides to scare the family that lives there, you know what I mean, to cause terror. Why burn that cross? Isn't that disrespectful?
That's the KKK's thing, bro. They've been doing that since the beginning of the time.
But claim that they're Christians and Jesus died on the cross, though. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
I
don't argue with your logic.
I don't have the answer, but I
just save that one for David Duke.
Oh Lord, the Grand Wizard, Jesus.
So all right, so yeah, okay. So wait, so
windows.
further extrapolating from that, okay. So then she busts out the windows, she gets arrested. Only she got arrested. I thought they were all gonna get arrested, but only she got arrested.
Maybe because she was the homeowner. It was her house,
and she was the one physically doing the property damage.
Yeah.
And so then she gets arrested, and the officer, I'm not sure what his deal was. Like, was he trying to warn her, or was he trying? Like, why did he want to know how she got the house? Like, what was his point behind it? Because he was harassing her anyways, and then was like, you weren't gonna make it. But obviously, you don't like black people, so why warn her that you're not gonna make it? Like, why not just be like, you don't know about the house? Well, we'll see how long. Like, why not just like be like ambiguous about it?
Right. And why tell her anything at all about that? It is haunted or whatever. But did you see how he grabbed that rope? You knew something was gonna happen when he was like kind of bracing himself.
Yeah, when he braced himself, I was like
for impact or whatever. And that was fucked up how they just threw her around like that.
Yeah, in the little paddy wagon and shit.
They was ready to just toss her around, asking her a million questions. I'm like, how did he expect her to answer while she's being tossed and slung around? Like, how do you expect me to answer? He was asking questions after questions, and she was being slung around. She couldn't even talk.
Yeah, she was all fucked up.
Right. What? Like,
she was
let me
disoriented.
answer.
she was disoriented as a motherfucker.
Right. Like, tell me how I'm supposed to answer your questions, and
so weak.
You're throwing me. That's like choking me and asking me a question while you're choking me.
And
like,
then,
how do you expect me to talk?
And then, did she even do any jail time? Because the next time they showed her, she was free.
She was free, and she wasn't all beat up.
Yeah,
she wasn't beat up from the.
Yeah, she was. She had a little bit of bruises on her arms and stuff. That's why I was like, dang, and she didn't have any makeup on, so you could kind of see like the little bit of bruises. But she had that her little sew shut cut from her eye. But so then they did that. Why once again? Why even set her on the trail? So then she starts doing research. So then she finds out that the dude owned the house, the Winthorpe guy, and I was like, damn, isn't that their little stupid other last name or whatever the fuck? And so then they're talking about all these people that he was experimenting on, and this the same thing that the cop was talking about. Now, I noticed the observation that I was about to point out was that it seemed like he was only experimenting on like athletic or successful black people. It didn't seem like he was like snatching vagabonds or homeless people or crackheads or anything. I don't know, crack wasn't around probably yet by 1955, but everybody who he grabbed was like athletic. They were big athletic people, and the other people who weren't athletic were like, they were all like in suits and stuff. Like they looked like they did something important or was like part of something, like somebody smart or something like that.
Right.
So I was just like wondering about that and everything. And I was glad that she was able to figure that whole thing out, because I would have just left. For real, I'd have been like, that's about it.
When Tick said it was time to move, it's time to move. It's time to go. I don't want to. They wanted to sacrifice the goat and come in and try to eliminate the ghost to get out, but it's time to go. We're gonna put that money elsewhere.
So then she starts filling this whole thing out. Coincidentally, on the night that they're downstairs, she gets the summoner, the witch doctor lady, whatever you call those, the shaman. And she takes her down there, and she was actually legit. I thought she was gonna be shitty.
I thought so too, and she wasn't afraid. She was like, "Don't no matter what, don't let go of my hand, no matter what." And before she got possessed, she was doing a really good job.
Hey, did she die?
I don't know.
Because they never showed her after that. After she got fucking plop plop.
Yeah.
They never showed her again after that.
Yes, and you see how in there the white boys bust in and they get murked instantly. I wonder why Rosalie and them didn't get murked, or Letty. Let me use the right name. I wonder why Letty didn't get murked, or the thousands of people that, not thousands, but the few people that lived there, because she had a bunch of girls move in.
Yeah.
So why did nobody else die? They died instantly. Yeah.
Because but I think the black souls were kind of looking out for them, because the same thing happened to Letty with the thing, but she just moved out of the way, and her sister kind of helped her. The other dude just got his head smashed off. Blah. Yeah. And then the other two dudes, they got burned by the steamer thing. But my question was gonna be, now that they've died, and when they did the seance and stuff, they banished the existing 7 to 8 souls that were already there. Now there's 3 new souls there. Are those 3 new souls going to be terrorizing them moving forward? Are they going to have to do another seance? Are they going to have to... Because now there's 3 fresh-ass bodies down in the basement.
Yeah.
Fresh bodies.
Fresh bodies that make sure they got down to the basement, too.
Right. Did she not know that the elevator went down to another floor that was deeper than the basement prior to being in the basement multiple times?
I don't know. You think that she knew about it? Because when the girl mentioned it, she asked about, off the record, the 3 people that's missing in your neighborhood. When you think about it, she's like, I didn't know they were missing. Do you think she knew?
Yeah, she did. Why would I say something about that?
No. Do you think Letty knew?
Yeah, why would I say it? Off the record or not? I'm not going to speak nothing to nothing so that any seed can get out that these white boys died in my house. And that's instant death sentence. They was already in my yard. They're going to burn down my house. They're going to come after me if they find out 3 boys died in my house.
Right.
No.
Right.
I don't know. Ask somebody else.
Right. So,
I don't know.
So let's rewind. Go back. So, because we're going back. So we're going too far. So, another part that I thought was really good was when Tick got possessed. Like...
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was really good. Like,
I was wondering what was going on.
He played that part really well.
But then I was like, is he possessed by the white dude? Because I'm like, he's like, get the fuck out of my house. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yes. He played that part really well.
Yeah, that was lit. That whole little seance scene.
It was. I could barely understand what they were saying when they were chanting.
It was in some other language or something. And then after they possessed the lady, then Lady got the bright idea to start like calling them by their name, like, hey, I know it's you guys, like, come on, like, help us, we can banish this one person,
right?
Let's do this the right way, kind of thing. Get all the spirits in line.
Yeah.
But then Uncle George never showed up during that period of time, and he didn't die in the house, so I didn't expect him to be there. But I just was wondering, because of the Ouija board, like, what was the point of spelling George's name on the Ouija board?
Right.
Or because it's 1955 and fucking 65% of the population's name is George anyways. So it's just a common name, so it might have been. But I don't know. George and John are those kind of names back in like 1955.
Yeah.
So it could have been one of the 8 people, but it's too coincidental.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know too. I want to know why they were down there playing and why it said what it said. So what about your notes?
We skipped over that fight that her sister and her had once she found out later that the money wasn't from hitting the numbers, and then Letty lied again and said it was from Mom, which hurt her, which is what Letty thinks the money is from. Tick knows otherwise.
Right. Tick knows that it came from the white woman. But that was a strange fight, because I was wondering, like, wait, why would the mom leave the daughter that's not there all the money? But then I thought, well, maybe it's because she was proud because, you know, she was light-skinned or whatever the case was. Just like the mom in that show we watched. Oh, you didn't watch Madam C.J. Walker with me, huh? Oh, well, anyways. So, but, so I that's what I thought when she said, like, you would be hurt. Like, yeah, I'm going to be hurt. Like, yeah, I paid for this funeral and now I'm broke because of it. So, and you didn't help and you didn't decide to share the money with me?
Right.
So I understood her anger. So
then she left. So yeah, that preceded the whole thing, because she left them by themselves, and then Letty was in the house by herself. Mm-hmm. That's when everything started popping off, because then she was just alone. That's so. All right. So then whatever. The whole seance thing goes down. Everybody who was important survived, anyways. Mm-hmm. Maybe the shaman, maybe not. Those white boys, boop, gone.
Right.
Then
instantly gone.
So then Tick is wandering through town. Is that what happens after that? Mm-hmm. So yeah. So Tick is walking through town, and he peeps the fancy silver car from the house. So he bros up on this lady, and she's like randomly extorting this guy inside of I don't know what that was. It looked like an abandoned barbershop with one barber chair.
Yeah, it did.
And then he rolls up, and I'm like, what's this nigga's plan? He's just gonna pop this white lady in broad daylight?
I think he was shutting the blinds all casually. Just
right.
Closing these blinds. Closing these blinds.
Right. And then, bro, he should have known that he needed a better plan than that, bro. He didn't they try this the last episode?
Did he know she had powers?
Didn't they run a car into a wall based on her power?
That, and she put that shield over the uncle and Letty's eyes about what happened the night before. So he already knew that she had some type of power, no matter what it was.
And she trapped them all in the room and made them all see stuff.
Yeah.
So she already knew he already knew she had powers. He should have just fucking threw a napalm through the window.
Right, or just shot her with the blinds open.
Molotov.
Yeah. But all in all, it was a good episode.
You should just quick hit fire, no explanation. Bah! Yeah, and then explain to her why she's dying and gasping for her last breaths. Like, yeah.
Right.
That's why I shot your ass. Next time you'll know, maybe in your next life, witch bitch.
Oh my god.
But no, I think that was an important part of the thing, because they alluded to, like, there's gonna be a lot more like wizardry and spell stuff, because his whole family line, how she explained it is that every like sorcerer or witch in the family line makes one spell apiece. If they do that, and then they all supposed to put their spell into one book, so that it's a book of spells for whoever the new generation of witchers or whatever is. But somebody in the family who Titus is. Do you know who Titus is? His name sounded familiar, but I couldn't remember if he was somebody we met already. But Titus has stolen a group of these pages and has hid his pages. So now there's a portion of the book missing, and now it seems like there's like a fragment of power. And then she was talking about her dad having a vulnerability, but he removed it to do the last spell from Whitey on the Moon. And so I don't know if he doesn't have it anymore, period, or maybe he's going to do it again, or he has to reinstitute it. But at any rate, there's a lot of fragmented powers, and there's a lot of different people who are looking for these powers and can will powers, because obviously the father can do it and the daughter can do it, and I believe Tick is going to be able to do it once he is able to find his books and get his shit together. Because
she mentioned right before she walked out, she put his hand down, and she like, in our family we such and such. So is she saying like in her white family, or is she saying that she's related to Tick?
Well, she is.
Okay,
because he's in that same family line. That's why when he went to the house, and when he found out that he's one of the like I said, man, a lot to unpack. I'm excited to see about what Tick has to do. Maybe Tick's spell that he creates in his timeline will be resurrection, and he can resurrect the uncle himself.
Maybe that'd be pretty awesome.
Maybe, or he'll do some other kind of power. Let me know what you guys think about the whole spell thing, the family line.
Down in the comments
what kind of power
below.
that you think he's gonna have. Forgot to tell you in the beginning of the video, but go ahead and bust a like and bust a subscribe. Help our channel grow. Go ahead and let us know what you guys think about the episode at large. What you thought about the white boys. If you think their soldiers are going to come back, let us know. We like to chat in the comments. Definitely. She's always going in there chatting. I always try to pop up and chat in there a little bit. I come in there, try to get some conversation going. So.
And if you guys have any recommendations for us, if you want us to react to music or a show or a movie, drop it down below and we will react to it. Give us your wants and we'll make sure we fulfill them.
Yes. Thank you guys for coming in and joining us. Again, it's the Royalty Review. Y'all take care.